Okay, hi. So this is gonna be my first sketchbook tour video. I'm a little scared because I've never done this before. I've never filmed in real life in general before for a video, so this is something completely new. I have my sketchbook here. It's not decorated. I don't normally do that with my sketchbooks, so yeah, it's just a blank cover. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll start with the first page. So I started this sketchbook about a year ago, so I've had it for a while. These are obviously the first drawings. We got my OCs here. This is, well, obviously it looks like me, Days, you know. I changed Days' name in the story of Sugar Rush, which is my OC story, that's what it's called. I changed their name to Dawn so I could separate the two because I wanted my Sona, Days, to be different than the main character of my story, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so this is Dawn, formerly known as Days, and then this is Kai. But I did change Kai's, whole entire story, mainly because I separated him and Abigail as a character because he used to be possessed by Abigail after she died in my story, but that's not the case anymore, obviously. So this would have been Abigail possessing Kai, but I'm just gonna call him Kai from now on. This is my OC, Heather. She's a side character. She's not very important, but she exists, so yes. This is formerly known as Sammy, but this is Seiji. I changed his name just because I wanted to. Sammy was too basic of a name for me. And on the next page, this is just a warning for the rest of this sketchbook, actually. I draw in pencil a lot, so you will be seeing a lot of this happening because graphite smudges. I don't know what else to say to that. So I was just working on redesigning my characters because I really didn't like their old designs. As you can see, I put some OG designs before I try and redo there because I was thinking about redesigning them for a while, and I was finally just starting to work on their designs. I kind of stuck with this, but I changed the shorts into sweatpants, so yeah, I mean, I kind of just fused those two. And then there's a little human Dawn up here, because I started to play with the idea that they might be better characters as humans, because there was never really a reason for them to be anthropomorphic animals. There was no lore reason or anything. Here's another little Dawn drawing. Love this face. And then I was just testing out another outfit. Moving on to this page. Here's Abigail, she's the villain of my OC story. I was just testing out more designs for them. I think I was basing these off of on Pinterest because I was looking there for outfit design. On here, so this sketchbook, fun fact, this was originally going to be just a Sugar Rush sketchbook so I could sketch out characters, my characters specifically, but that didn't last long, as you can see. It lasted about 2 seconds, and now I'm already on Amanda the Adventurer. These were just really quick sketches because I wanted to test out drawing in pen because I heard that it's good if you want to sketch really fast. And it is good for that. Yeah, but these are just some random sketches. I think this was a Play My Way redraw, but that's the only redraw on this page. Looking at old art of both of these guys makes me so emotional because the third game, it made me cry, and for all the wrong reasons. I'll get into it later. I used to twinkify Wooly so bad. I changed the way I drew Wooly entirely. You know that if you've seen my art, mainly on Tumblr, because I post my Amanda art, mainly on Tumblr. If you want to go check that out, you can. This Amanda sketch is so funny. I like this little one too. He's copying Amanda. He's like, oh, I gotta look serious too. And then, oh, they're like different personalities. He's like always cheerful and she's always angry. I love them so much. On this page, this was near Chili's birthday, so I was like, oh, I'll sketch my birthday gift in my sketchbook. That sounds fun. And there's also an Amanda here, because why not? I guess. You can see these full drawings on my Instagram if you want, but they're quite old. And here we're back with redesigning my OCs again. This is Abigail, once again, but without her mask this time. Because I was like, I don't really have a reason for her mask to be there other than she's a villain and she has to look spooky. Like, I really wanted a bigger reason, or like maybe she just wears it sometimes. And I did do that. Like, now she doesn't wear her mask all the time because there wasn't, I was originally planning for the story to be like, eventually her face gets revealed and it's like a crazy reveal, but her face never looked that weird. But yeah, she used to wear her mask all the time, and then it was just gonna get revealed later, but I changed that because I don't care and I want to see her face because she's beautiful. She's my wife. She's so silly here. I love that one, and I love this one too. Here I was designing Dawn again, but this time as a human. And I started to really like their design as a human, because like, look at this, like, I don't know, I think they look more like relatable. I don't know, they look more, I'm refraining myself from saying human, but that is the case, so I pretty much stick with this design. So yeah, this is kind of just what Dawn looks like now. And then at this point, I still wanted to stick with the Abigail Kai like storyline, so this would have been Abigail possessing Kai still. As you can see, I tried to do like an overlapping thing with the page over here, so they're making the same face. Yeah, and I don't like these sketches, but it's fine. This is my favorite one, but it's like, they're just ugly, I don't know. Over here is Ellie, my other OC. She's so pretty, but I love her design now. Like, not in this not these drawings, but I do like her design, how it is now. I'll probably put a picture on screen. But yeah, she's my wife. I do love her. She's so pretty. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. And then on this side, here's Thea. As you can see, I kind of left this page quite blank because I was losing steam. I was losing motivation by the second, and I didn't really want to. I just stopped. I knew that it wasn't going to end well if I was. I mean, this is just Thea, but like a human. That's all this is. This was Thea's old design, but as a human. And I knew I wanted to do something different with their outfits too. So I knew that I was losing motivation because there was no like inspiration at all with these. So I knew it was time to move on and just forget about this page. And then over here, this was an Amanda AU that I was working on. I wasn't working on it, it was just something to draw, honestly. But yeah, this was like a human AU. It wasn't supposed to be Rebecca and Marcus, although at the time we didn't know his name was Marcus. But yeah, it wasn't supposed to be Rebecca and Marcus like AU. It was supposed to be just Amanda and Wooly as humans, like they're the characters, not the people, if that makes any sense. I don't know. So yeah, this was an AU that it didn't have much art for it, but I thought it was pretty cute. I really like this drawing. He's so silly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Over here is something you'll see throughout this whole sketchbook, actually. I wanted to draw out some lyrics from a song. This was Headlock, I think. And okay, that song is actually it fits Wooly, like, even more now after the third game. But I drew these before the third game, obviously. I was just drawing some lyrics from that as Amanda and Wooly because it fits Wooly specifically so much. It fits, like, their dynamic and everything. Go listen to it if you're curious, but yeah, that's pretty much what this is. Over here, these were some screenshot redraws from the games. These are pretty silly. Get ready to see a lot more screenshot redraws, although later, like, they don't come in until later, but gosh, there is so many in this sketchbook. Goodness gracious. We'll see it later. This is one of my favorite Wooly reaction images ever. I'm so happy I drew it. It's so funny. Over here is, I wanted to draw Amanda and Wooly in Squid Game because I had just watched, I think, the second season, and it was inspiring me. I was like, I need to draw my kids in Squid Game. They're perfect. And I did indeed draw them in Squid Game. I thought this was the funniest thing ever. I love how you can tell he's about to get shot because he's shaking. Meanwhile, Amanda isn't. So he dies in red light, green light. He dies here. As you can see, he cracked his, I forgot what it's called. I'm just gonna call it a cookie. He cracks his cookie. Yeah, that's what's happening there. So he's about to get shot again. And then this is supposed to be glass stepping stones. I think that's the name. And Amanda's pushing him off. I think that's so funny. And then this is supposed to be marbles. He dies once more. So he dies in every single one. But the funny thing about Wooly is that he always comes back, okay? He's William Afton. We have this confirmed because of the second game, because, you know, Amanda kills him in the first one, and then in the second one, he's back. He's fine. So yeah, that's what's happening here. I thought that was super funny to do. And then these were just random Amanda sketches, more Amanda sketches. These were redesigns that I really liked, that I drew because, yeah, by Salwa Creation Time. I think I'm saying that correctly. I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, their designs were so cute. And up here, these were just, I wanted to draw the Wooly Demon because he's my baby, he's my dog, okay? He's my dog, he's my little cutie, I don't know. He's just a guy, and then Amanda's petting him, and she's going, stupid idiot, because she would do that. Over here, these were, I think, redraws from a fanfic that I wrote. I never posted it anywhere, but I just wanted to draw some scenes out from it because I did like writing that fanfic. It was a fanfic about, this was at the time, it was at the beginning of my Amanda phase, or at least around the beginning of it. So I was still under the impression that he would be a Hamlin employee, which he was, but I moved on from that theory, and then I thought he was a kid, and then it's confusing, but yeah, so at this time, I did think he was a Hamlin employee, so I wrote a fic about Amanda finding out that he was one. These are out of order, by the way. It's not like, it's not a comic, really. You're just supposed to, yeah. This is the same scene. This is not, yeah. I really like this one too, it's so funny. He's just shaking, he's so scared, I don't know. But yeah, these were just more random Amanda sketches. I thought they were really funny. She's stripping him here. She's being nice to him for, you know, a little bit, letting him get peaches at the store, I don't know. And then down here, they're drinking more milk because of that one line in, I think it's Wooly Reads Reviews. He says something about how he likes warm or hot milk. I thought it would be cute if like he just like made some and then Amanda wants some, so she chugs it down because she is just like that and we love her for it. And then this is just filler. I didn't know what else to draw, so I just drew Wooly gasping, I don't know. And then I got into Squid Game. I love Squid Game. If you don't know, I love Squid Game. I just never, oh wait, no, I did. I posted a video about it. I just forgot about that. But yeah, I love Squid Game so much. I love Gihan and I love Inho and I love them. Up here, you know what this is. These are very well-known images from Squid Game. Yeah, I don't think I have to explain those. And then Inho asking Gihan what his favorite game was last time he played. And he's like genuinely, he's like, okay, wait, what is it? Because I need to know, like, you know, like next time, maybe I'll like reuse a game, I don't know. He's like genuinely asking. And then none of them dingus, people were dying. I'm sorry, I think that is so funny. And then, we're not gonna talk about this. And then this page is very blank because I was very unmotivated. I didn't know what to draw at all, so I was just trying to work out Days' design, not Dawn this time, but Days. Because I didn't know what their clothes were gonna be. I figured that out eventually, but yeah, these were just two sketches of that. Here is Abigail as a kid, because I wanted to kind of test out the idea of Ellie knowing Abigail as a kid. Like, they always did, but I wanted to kind of change up her backstory a little bit, so I was just imagining scenarios with them. Here is... I was getting into my Glitchtrap phase again. I think this was around the time that I was making Aishite, the animatic. This is Ballora and Glitchtrap because I think it's the funniest crack ship ever. I love how she's super weirded out. I think this is actually inspired by the scene in Hercules where Meg does this to him, but it's funny because she is not into it at all. And then just some stupid sketches, I don't know. And then these were some Vanessa into Madness redraws, some lines that Glitchtrap has in that. This one isn't, but these were. I think these two I came up with by myself because I don't think it shows him when he's saying these lines, but I was like, I need to draw these lines, so yeah, I just came up with that on my own. This one is just for funsies because I love drawing him with a deranged little smile. I hate this drawing, but it's fine. This is, I drew this at the time I was drawing this because I had skipped a page accidentally. So, yeah. This was just a little Vanessa into Madness doodle. This is Autumn, Vanessa, and obviously Glitchtrap. If you haven't seen Vanessa into Madness, go watch it. It's good. It's good. I've seen it countless times. Yeah, I am a fan, you could say. So Vanessa's just crushing over Autumn, and he's like, I thought gay people weren't real. These were more redraws from Vanessa into Madness. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Most of these I don't think were on screen either. Like, they were just said, but they didn't have like him on the screen while he said it, so I was just making it up. Yeah. This was a little scenario that I thought of. Hold on, let me show the whole thing. Okay, yeah, there we go. This was just a little thing I made because I was thinking about what if Vanessa into Madness had a season 2, and I know that Night Cove has talked about it before, but it's not confirmed nor denied. It's more denied than confirmed, but it's, I don't know, I doubt it's happening. I hope it happens, but I doubt it will happen. So I was just like, I'm gonna sketch out my own little scene from season 2. So she's freaking out because she killed people, and he's like, Vanessa, you're being dramatic. And she's rightfully upset, but yeah, she's freaking out. You could read it if you want. I'm not gonna read it out. And then we're back with Sugar Rush characters, my OCs again, because I was like, okay, maybe I do prefer them as furries. So I switched them back to furries again. And then I was also testing out the idea that Abigail would just be like a little ghost that follows Kai around instead of her just possessing Kai all the time, which I do prefer that idea. So yeah, that's what's happening here. They're judging people together because they're besties. Not really, but whatever. He's upset. Yeah, two-time redraw from that the animation meme that I made. I like drawing my little duos to 2-time. It's funny, and we're not gonna. It's fine. Whatever. And then here I'm gonna blur this one out because I can, and I don't want you to see it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So yeah, here is just them as humans again because I instantly backtracked. I don't really know. These are just like random sketches. I love Ellie here. She's so cute. And this is Thea and Ellie again. That's about it. And then on this page, I randomly remembered that Turbo existed, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to see what he looks like in my style nowadays. I bet he looks so much better. And he does, in my opinion. This was first drawing of him in a long time. And then down here, this is my Wreck-It Ralph OC. She is, oh my gosh, she has so much lore. I'm not gonna explain it all because it would take like an hour, but I'll like put a little bit of text on screen and you can pause it if you want to read it. Yeah, she was a Turbo Time racer until she went into Sugar Rush. Kind of sounds like someone else I know. But anyways, but yeah, she was programmed to be, I know this is a very self-indulgent story, but she was programmed to be his love interest, and he doesn't like her back ever because he's gay. Yeah, that sucks for her, but yeah, I don't know. I love her. If you want to know more about her, yeah, just pause the video. I don't know. I'm not gonna explain it all, but she has a very extensive story and stuff like that. I love her so much. She's my girl. She's very silly, very silly. And then on the next page, we have more of them too. They're just a little duo. I love duos that can train personalities because they do that quite often. It's very silly. And we're not gonna look at that. This is when I started to draw Wooly a little bit differently from my old style of drawing him. I prefer this one, but he has changed so much. Like, even now, he looks different from just this. He used to be so small, just the littlest guy. He's so tiny, this small. I could hold him in my hand. He's so small, but I used to draw, I don't know why these legs are so long, but it's fine, whatever. This this is actually really funny. This drawing was based off of Corey Kinchin's playthrough of Amanda 2, because I remember he kept like threatening the devs, and James Pratt, which is Wooly's voice actor, is also a dev, so it was like, like he's threatening his voice act. I don't know. It was supposed to be like he's threatening Wooly in another dimension. It's weird. I don't know. Yeah, it's really funny though. He's so scared. He's scared of Corey, and I think that's funny. Yeah, just doodles of him. I love him. And then this was a bit random. I suddenly remembered Bendy, and I was like, ooh, I wonder what he would look like in my style nowadays. Again, I used to love Bendy a lot. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it, but I used to love him so much, like in 6th grade. It was a long time ago, but yeah, I love this one. He's so small, I love him. And then I love doing little crossovers, so I drew Wooly and Turbo interacting because it would be really funny. I think nowadays it would be a bit different, maybe? Like, he'd still be pretty dismissive of Wooly at first, but as soon as he gets to know what type of person Wooly is, I feel like he would try and he'd try to like influence him or something. He'd be like, oh, you also trapped a little girl in a world where she feels like she doesn't belong. We will get along just fine. I really love that idea. I think it's funny because it's so true. They're more similar than a lot of people realize, but yeah. And then this was just Amanda and Turbo interacting. They would commit crimes, I think. I don't know. Actually, no. I think nowadays Amanda would probably just beat the crap out of him and be like, ha! Okay, he's dead now. But yeah, that's that. And then over here, I was just... I vent through my favorite characters quite often. So that's what I was doing here. I actually made this into a full comic on digital, but it was never really completed, just like a little bit. I was just testing out how to do comics because I'm not good at them. So yeah, you can all put them on screen. I was venting through Wooly because that's my favorite thing to do. And then this was, I was testing out what my OC Dominic would look like as a human because I don't really know. I know he's just a quirky little guy, but that's about it. This is Dawn, obviously, and then here's some more Kai. I love this drawing, he's so silly. Oh, and then I was, for a little bit, for just a little bit, I was really confused at which phase I should be in because I was kind of all over the place. Like, I was actually stressing out because I couldn't focus on like one character, and I was like, I need someone to hyperfixate on. And then I played Circus Freak again, and I was like, Bernard, perfect, Bernard, I'll just go back to Bernard, and I did, and here he is, he's so silly. So I just did a bunch of silly doodles of him. I love stupid ugly ones. This was his old human design, but he kinda gets changed in a bit. He doesn't look like this anymore. And then more Bernard doodles here. I literally put it down. Thank you for coming back, Bernard, because he saved me. And then these were just some more human Bernard doodles. I thought it would be really funny if Bernard was like, he acts all crazy during the tapes, and then right after the tape shuts off, he's like, what is wrong with me? I think it'd be really funny. So I just drew that. And then Squirtledor gave me freaking his human design, and I was like, oh, I need to draw that immediately. So I did. I drew him digitally too. I'll pop it on screen. But yeah, these were my first 2 drawings of him as a human, canonically anyway. And then this was the day after I watched Dogman for the first time, I think. I love that movie, it's so silly. Yeah, I love Petey, my guy, and he's so easy to draw. I knew I had to draw him because he's just so simple, but he shows so much like expression and it's so good. I love Petey, he's my boy, but I never really had a full phase with him. He was just fun to draw, I don't know. More Petey doodles over here. I really like this one, I think it's silly. More Wooly, as you can see, and also Fanny on the side. Those drawings were from Molten, I think. And yeah, just more little Wooly drawings. I don't really like any of these very much, but I like this one. He's cute. He's just a little guy. Okay, this was the beginning of my Lux phase, because I remember, this is so funny, when I first drew Lux, I actually didn't know like anything about him. I had seen him on an Instagram reel. That was my extent of knowledge about him. And I was like, oh my gosh, who is this guy? who is this? And I knew I needed to draw him, so I did. And so, yeah, I drew him 2 more times here. I like this one. This was just a random clown design that I wanted to draw. I'm not gonna explain it because it's too hard to, but yeah. And then this was just another little Vanny doodle. And here's more bendy. I like these a lot more than the other ones. Time to draw a cartoon character I actually know, because I didn't know Lux at the time. So I was like, oh, I should just draw Bendy. Now that we're in the cartoon building, might as well. So yeah, I did. These are just some little sketches of him. He's so cute. Look at these. I love them. And then at this point, I had seen the episode, the full episode, so I was like drawing him and Sally, because I love those two. I really want them to be besties. I really need them to be best friends who hang out all the time, and I need her to applaud him when he's being evil. It would be very silly. And then I thought it would be so funny if he's crushing on the doctor. Meanwhile, she's like, oh, Belinda. they're lesbian and gay. It's perfect. See, they're besties. And then I also put, or they're lesbian and gay for everyone but themselves. Sorry, I thought that was a really funny thing, like idea. Like they're only like in love with each other, and then everyone else is like, they're lesbian and gay for. I don't know how to explain it. It's fine. I decided on this one. This one was the better option anyway, so who cares? It's silly. It's funny. I don't care. I don't know. And then over here we got more Bella. I hate this drawing, but it's fine. Shh. It's fine. I love how he's just so scared of her. He's like, please leave me alone. Damn it, bitch, I said let go. Yeah, I hate that drawing. Yeah, Turbo. And then here's Turbo and Mixel. Mixel is Mousetrap Sosie. I love Mixel, she's my wife. Yeah, so they're racing and Mixel's winning and he's about to crash out because he does not want to lose. And then here's some more just random Turbo expressions. I really like these. I think they're funny. More Turbo doodles. I just wanted to draw him because I like him. This was actually a screenshot redraw, I think. Yeah, it was, because it was like the only picture of Turbo I had on my phone and I needed a reference, so I was like, oh my gosh, perfect. This is very not canon to Bella's story, but it's them together again. He doesn't like her, she likes him. I love the fluidity of this drawing, it's so silly. And then here's just more King Candy down here. I really like this one as well, I like this expression. But yeah. And then I got into a phase that no one expected because I told no one about it except for like 2 friends. And yeah. So yeah, I got into trolls. I was on a trip with my family and me and my sister, we watched it together. We watched the first Trolls and it was so nostalgic because I remember in elementary, I used to love that movie. I would watch it all the time. So when I watched it again, I was like having flashbacks. It was crazy. It was so nostalgic. And I had a crush on Branch when I was like, what? 5 years old? I don't know. It was a long time ago. So I was like, I don't know, I got back into him. I got back into Branch and I was like, I love him, he's so stupid. So I picked out a bunch of screenshots and I just redrew them. Yep, I don't know, these are silly. We're just gonna skip the next page. And then here's more Branch doodles. I think they're funny, I like this one. By the way, just a little warning, you will be seeing a lot more trolls from this point forward. I got a little crazy with it, yeah, because trolls was something that inspired me to get back into my sketchbook, so yeah, there's a lot of trolls in here. And then this was a little art challenge by Jinja Ninja. It was like, draw characters spelling out their name with their bodies. So, you know, he's spelling out Branch, right? She's spelling out Poppy. And then this is Creek, from the first movie. He is the villain, and it was really kind of funny, because I only started to draw him because I was like, oh my gosh, wait! I can ship him with Branch, it's Toxic Yowie, it's perfect, it's my favorite thing in the world, so I did that, and that's why I started drawing him. And I think this is really funny because he thinks he slayed so hard, but it's actually kind of hard to read what he's spelling out, but he thinks he slayed, and I think that's funny. And then here's Kai down here. He's not very expressive, so he's like kind of awkward doing this, and then Branch is saying who invited you because it's like trolls and then just my OC. And then I actually digitalized this. Digitalized this drawing. I'll pop it on screen. But yeah, I had fun doing this. It was silly. And then, oh, this was kind of crazy actually. I rewatched I think all of Goldbit, and I was like, I'm gonna draw some Goldbit. So I drew some Goldbit. These are some Goldbit sketches. Puppet and Mangle. I love Puppet so much. She's so cute. I don't know. I think she's adorable. I gave her a little like what is this called? Like a hood. Yeah, just a hood. I gave her a hood. And they're so silly. They are besties. Yeah, that's about that. And then more trolls. Who saw this one coming? Oh gosh, what's happening? Whoa, what is happening here? Whoa, that's crazy. What? Okay, we're just gonna move on. I don't know. And then these were some screenshot redraws from, it was like the Trolls show on Netflix. I think it's called The Beat Goes On or something stupid like that. You don't know, by the way, how gay they were in that show. They were like practically boyfriends, okay? I don't know. These are canon. This one is too, I mean, okay, they were not blushing, I'll admit, but they were gay, okay? And then these were some John Dory screenshots because my sister likes him, and I was like, okay, I'll draw him too. Might as well, who cares, I'll have fun with it. And then, more of them, ha. And then these were some, I think, concept art redraws from the first movie of Creek. I was so sad that they got rid of his hair, like, doing this, because originally I think his hair was supposed to bend over whenever he betrays them, and he was also supposed to turn gray, but they didn't do that in the actual movie, and I was upset by it, because I actually really liked that idea. But yeah, it's so funny because, like, looking at Creek, if you watch the movie, I bet you could tell why I kind of started to like him, because he sure does remind me of a lot of my other hyperfixations. Like, boy, this man sure is selfish, and wow, he sure is a coward, and wow, he sure is gay. And then more screenshot redraws. Yep. Even more screenshot redraws. This is what I meant. Like, these take up most of the sketchbook. So get ready for that. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. And then, yeah, more of those. I'm sorry, there's a lot of these. There's a lot of Creek pages in this, and I can't just skip over them because they're essential to the experience. And then, yep, more of these. I don't know what else to say. Yeah. Don't have anything else to say. This is actually a really funny part in the movie. I remember giggling at this so much because he's in like a locket thing, and then he's asking for mercy, but he gets cut off because it closes. So he's like, mercy! I think that's the funniest shit ever. But whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're moving on. Who cares? You don't care about trolls. I assure you. Oh wait, I actually did a digital version of this, and I shaded it and everything. So I'll pop it on screen now if you want to see that. But yeah, moving on. Don't know what else to say. It's just more of these. And then Sean. I almost said Sean Doherty. What the freak? No, John Doe. What is his name? Oh my gosh, why am I? Stop. John Dory. Excuse me. John Dory. More John Dory. Yes. This was a screenshot from the third movie that I redrew. That's it, yep. Oh, and then I made An infection AU. A troll's infection AU. I have, I'll show their designs on screen right now. But yeah, I made designs for them for an infection AU because I thought it was super funny to think of and imagine. And yeah, these are so funny to me. Oh, this one was based off of a scene in, it was like Troll's Holiday or something, where he's trying to make a gift for Poppy, and he kind of goes a little bonkers while doing it. He kind of goes full on mad scientist, and I was like, I need to draw that, so I did. Yeah. This was just a little interaction between Poppy and Creek that I imagined. And I started drawing his hair flipped, like it was in the concept art because I liked that idea so much, after he, betrayed them. So yeah. You can read it out if you want, but I'm not going to because I'm sure, like, not even half of the people watching this video care about trolls in the slightest. These are more Creek drawings. As you can tell, I like Creek, or at least I did. I liked him. I'm out of the phase now, but yeah. Toxic, yeah, I literally said it here. Wow, they are so silly. This was a line from the third movie. He's not in that one, obviously, because he dies at the end of the first one, but it's fine, it's fine. This was a little AU I made. I'm not gonna explain it because no one cares, but yeah. And then these were my friend Z's OCs that I redrew as Velvet and Veneer screenshots because they're twins and so are Velvet and Veneer, and I was like, oh my gosh, perfect, I'm gonna do that. I think this is really funny, so read it if you want. Hopefully it makes you laugh. Max is trans, and this is a furry animatronic that is also trans. Yeah, just more of them. I love them. They're so silly. Do not let them drive. They would crash the car. And then these were more screenshots from The Beat Goes On. This is canon, by the way, to that show. This happens in that show. Are you sure they're not confirmed gay? And then I asked my friend Solid to give me some cute little Ragatha screenshots because I love Ragatha! She's my girl, she's my queen. I love her so much. So yeah, these are some screenshot redraws from Digital Circus. I love her, she's so cutie pie. She's so cutie pie, she's my little angel. And then here we got more screenshot redraws, if you can believe it. Wow, these are canon. Might I remind you, these are canon. Yeah. Oh yeah, in this episode, Creek ripped off Branch's vest. I'm not kidding. Are they gay or are they gay? I don't know. I think they are. And then this is just a little scenario I thought of because I was drinking like a quote unquote healthy drink one morning, and I thought, oh, Creek would totally be the type to drink one every morning too. So this is him with, he's giving Branch some, and he's like, this tastes like dirt, and he's like, it's extremely good for you, don't worry about it. That's my best Creek impression to do like it, thank you. And then this was around the time that I was trying to get back into animating the Lux animation because I stopped doing that for a while, and then I tried to pull myself back in by rewatching the episode and drawing some of him again. These are all redraws. These three are from, it was a little comic page from a Doctor Who magazine, I think. I bought that magazine for that specific page, and it was only one page because I loved him that much. He's just my little boy, and I love him. And he was, and then this, I think, was a redraw from his like official reference sheet. I don't know why I remember that, but I do. These were from the actual episode. More screenshot redraws from the episode. Okay, I really wanted to work on how I drew Sally because I actually don't like how I drew her in the animation. I twinkified her so bad. These are just more screenshot redraws once again. I don't really have anything to say about them, but I love Sally here. She's so cute. More of these. I don't really have anything to say about these, honestly, but they're cute, I guess. Yep, more. This one's funny to me. I don't know. I erm back up pal because he's really close to the screen. And then here, I really thought this drawing was ugly, and it is ugly. And then I drew this, and I was like, actually, never mind, he's pretty. I forgot that he's actually a beautiful man. And then these were not screenshot redraws, pretty obviously. I don't know what this is. It was just the idea that... So, in my opinion, you don't have to agree with me, but Lux and Mr.Ring are the same person, and, like, he remembers his whole life as a cartoon, and then he had kind of like a Monica from DDLC epiphany, where he goes, oh, wait, I'm not real, and neither is anybody else, but, you know, that's why he takes out his anger on those people that were in the theater at the time. So I was like, okay, what if Sally came out too? And she's like, no, we are real, haha, I'm still here. You know, whatever. It's cringe, I don't care, okay? I draw cringe all day and night, as you can see. And then this is kind of interesting. So I redesigned all the Yandere Simulator rivals. I will pop up the image on screen, I think, unless I decide that I might use it for a video later. I might make a redesign video, but I kind of doubt it. Yeah, so these were just drawings of them. Yeah, I don't know. I had a whole like story planned out for each of these rivals. Yeah, this is Kizana. Oh my gosh, what is her name? I think her name is Oka Rudo, right? This is Mitarana, I think. She's not a teacher anymore. Yay! Wow, that is such an improvement. And then this is supposed to be, I think her name is Muja. I don't know how to pronounce it, but something like that. She was the nurse, but then I just made her the nurse assistant because that makes so much more sense. Why were there, like, just make them all high school students. They don't have to be, like, substitute teachers and nurses. Like, what is happening? And then this was supposed to be Amai. She's one of my favorites. I love her. She's so cute. And then, okay, hi, Cedric. Hi, from Sofia. Hi, Cedric from Sofia. Hi. Oh my gosh, what are you doing here? Oh my god. Sorry, I'm kind of in the Cedric phase right now. There's a lot of Cedric redraws, so get ready for that. But yeah, these, I think, were all from the first episode, which is, Once Upon a Princess. Yeah, I love that episode. Go watch it. Yeah, he's so, I love him so much. These are also from Once Upon a Princess, I think. I love this one and this one. And this one. He's supposed to be patting Sofia's head here, I think. Yeah. More from Once Upon a Princess, once again. Yeah, he's so silly. I love him. Throughout the sketchbook, you can see, like, how much I improved in drawing him, because these, like, looking back on these, like, I just, wow, I improve in drawing him so much in the sketchbook, and I'm proud of myself because I really needed to work on that. These were from Through the Looking Back Glass, redraws from Through the Looking Back Glass, because that's my favorite episode. Go watch it, please. I will die, please. I think these are from that same episode. Yep, they are. And then these are a bit more varied. These three are from Day of the Sorcerers. That's probably my second favorite episode. I love that one so much. This one's from Mystic Meadows. This one's also from Mystic Meadows. And this one. And then this one's from Hexley Hall, I believe. These two were from Hexley Hall. This one was too. This one was from, I think, Cedric's Apprentice. So was this one, so was this one. And so were these two. Let's see here. I think these two were from Cedric's Apprentice again. And this one, I think. And then, okay. All of these are from Cedric Be Good. Don't ask how I know all of these, I just do. I remember the screenshots, so I just, like, think back to, like, the screenshot and I'm like, oh yes, that was that scene, you know what I mean. And then more, I think These two were from The Fleagle Has Landed. This one was from In Cedric We Trust. This one was from The Amulet and the Anthem. This one was from Day of the Sorcerers. These two were from Through the Looking Back Glass, but it's kid Cedric. He's such a little baby. He's so small. You know, you don't need to look at this for too long, but this is my Sofia the First OC. He is silly to me. You can go look at him on Instagram if you want to see more of him. I don't know. I'm not going to explain his lore because it's kind of not even finished in itself. These were more from Through the Looking Back Glass. It's Cedric's backstory type thing episode. Not really, but kind of. This is his sister, Cordelia. I love her so much. I can't draw kids, as you can see. I wrote that there. I hate this freaking page because I can't draw kids. I can't draw them. The only one I really like is like this one. He's such a baby, little baby there. He's so cute. And then these were from, I think, an FNaF mod, like a FNaF mod. It had Glitchtrap in it, so I was like, I need to draw those poses, so I did. He's so silly. He's so silly. This one wasn't from the mod, but I just wanted to draw him smiling because I can. More Cedric from Through the Looking Back Glass once again. With Cordelia. She is supposed to be taller than him, but it's fine. Who cares? Whatever. First incarnation of the Cedric frown. I wrote that down because the Cedric frown that I'm talking about is, let me find it. Like this. This is a very good Cedric frown, but I have a bunch of images of him frowning specifically like this, so I'll pop them on the screen right now. But yeah, if you didn't know, Cedric still had his like white locks in his hair when he was a kid because of a spell that went wrong. I'm not gonna explain it. These are funny to me because I was writing out their British accents. This is all your fault. And then also, Cordelia, your hair. And then this freaking tragic line when he says, "This'll be one sorceress ball no one will ever forget." And I was like, oh, Cedric, don't say that because it's foreshadowing is crazy. And then here's N. It's such a surprise to see him here. I drew these for Molten because he likes N and I like him too. He's silly. I mean, I could never like him as much as Molten does, but I think he's silly. So I was like, I'll just draw him. Why not? I like this one. I like this one the most, I think. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how to draw him, really. Here's more. This one, actually, I don't think is in. It's Sin. Either she makes an illusion of him or she pretends to be him. I forgot how it works. I've only seen the last episode once. But, yeah, that's not really in. That's Sin, but it's fine. It works. Cedric's here again. Yeah, I told you he takes up like half this sketchbook. Here he is. More. Oh, this is Cordelia, by the way. As a grown-up, I love her, and I love their like sibling fights that they have. It's silly. Frog, Cedric. Yeah. Here's them again. I like this Cordelia drawing specifically. Yeah, these are all from Through the Looking Back Glass, by the way. Oh, okay. This is kind of random. I rewatched all of Harry Potter with Molten. I got reminded about how much I like Lockhart from Harry Potter. It was funny because they both have wands, and I was like, oh my gosh, Cedric. And oh my gosh, why do I like sorcerers all of a sudden? What is happening? Why do I like wizards? Like, what is going on right now? But yeah, I was redrawing screenshots of him. He's so pretty. I thought this was a really funny sketch because he's in a scene where like Harry speaks parcel tongue and he's scared of him. He's like, oh, what the heck? Okay. It's so funny because like he never is really that serious until this moment. I know he's serious afterward, but yeah, it's just funny how he like locks in. He's like, oh gosh. But yeah, more Lockhart. Just a little like a disclaimer here. I don't like J.K. Rowling. Yeah, I don't support her in any way, but I do love Harry Potter. Yeah, these are silly. I like this one. And then these are so interesting. They were redraws from the book, but not from the Chamber of Secrets, from the Order of the Phoenix. He's in that book, but he's not in that movie, and I had to get my hands on that book, so I borrowed it from my grandma, and I read the part where he's in, and I was drawing scenes from it because I love him. I love him so much. I love drawing his swoopy hair. These are canon, by the way. He loses his memory, if you don't know. He loses his memory, and then he remembers is signing autographs, I think, and yeah, and he also forgot how to write, I think, because it said that his like handwriting was like not good. You can look at these if you want, I don't care. More OCs, okay. This is Dominic and Kai again. I really kind of want them to be kind of a duo, so hear me out on that. I think that would be really silly if they were a duo, because he's grumpy all the time and he's happy all the time, you know? It's kind of a cute little thing. Yep, more of them. I don't really know what to say. I don't like this drawing, but it's fine. And then these were redraws from Pretty Kitty. That's a short film, by the way. Go watch it. It's so good. And it's so Glitchtrap and Vanny coded. I promise you. Like, look at, this is, that short film is so good. Yeah, these are silly to me. Yeah, Vanessa's freaking out, I don't know. This was from Pretty Kitty as well, but then these two were from like a music video. I think Kyle Allen music. These were from a music video of his, and I was like, I Glitchtrap, yes, this is just him being pretty, I don't know. And then I just randomly started drawing Wooly again. This was also before the third game. I think I was trying to vent through him again because I was feeling pretty bad that day. So I did. I like this drawing. I think it's cute. And these are screenshot redraws from the games. I love this one. I think he's so silly. These are also from the games. Don't really know what else to say about these. More from the games. And here's Amanda for once. I'm sorry, Amanda. I neglect you. I'm sorry, my girl. I promise I love Amanda. I love her so much. She's my little sweetie pie. I don't draw her enough. I really like how they have like opposite faces. He's like, oh gosh, and she's like, hee 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 hee. I love it. More redraws from the games. This is from the games. Like, I think this is the scene in Oh No Accidents. Whenever Amanda asks you if, like, what's wrong with Wooly, and if you don't click his head, because she says that something is wrong with Wooly's head, if you click anything other than the head, then it eventually just zooms in on his face, and he's very uncomfortable. These are just, yeah, silly little, yeah. I don't know. I was kind of mad about how I was drawing Amanda though, because I don't know, she doesn't look like a kid, and I was mad about it. I was like, oh, I need to lock in and draw her as a kid. Like, I was struggling with drawing Amanda, unfortunately. Yep, more of these. Oh, this one's so cute! But, yeah, I don't know. Again, looking back at old Wooly drawings, I get sad, because I'm like, well, he's not who you thought he was. I like this one too, he's so mad. More. These are from the second game, I think. Oh, these were Jake Neutron screenshots. I don't even know what video they're from, but I saw them on Tumblr. So take that as you will. Oh, and this was around the time that I replayed At Dead of Night. I was trying to 100% complete it, which I did do eventually, but I was so mad. I hate you, Jimmy Hall at Dead of Night. I wrote that down because, like, he's killed me so many times in those bonkless runs. I'm still mad about that. I don't care. Fuck! Fuck!
I love how me and Days are both I think Days is struggling more than me.
But yeah, these exist. These are funny to me. I don't know. I used to suck at drawing Jimmy, so I'm actually kind of happy with these. I like these two, and this one I think the most. More Kai, my OC, once again. Ellie and Thea are talking about him behind his back, and he's like, he turns around, he's like, I can hear you. I'm not gonna explain, like, what is really happening, I guess, but he's kind of forced to work with the villains. So these two are villains. They sometimes talk about him behind his back but he can hear them. These are more Kai drawings and Abigail. These were from my Moonwaltz animatic. I wanted to redraw them as the human designs, which I did do here. Yeah, it's kind of smudged, I apologize. More Cedric. Again, we're back with Cedric, of course. We always are. He always comes back, apparently. More screenshot redraws from Through the Looking Back Glass, because that's my favorite one. More of these. Don't really have anything to say about them. Again, oh, I love this Cordelia drawing, though. She, like, pranks him, and she's like, hee hee hee. Oh, I'm so silly for that. And she is silly for that. Yep. I remember being really upset with this drawing, actually. I hated it. I still don't like it. I don't know. The anatomy's all messed up and I don't like it, but it's fine. They both say Merlin's mushrooms at the same time, and I thought that was really funny. It's like, it runs in their blood. They're siblings, so they just automatically say the same, like, catchphrases. Yep. More of them. And then, oh, Kid Cedric's back, with a long arm. I don't know. I'm so bad at proportions, especially on kids, so I apologize for that. Oh gosh. This was the day that, well, okay, the day after Amanda 3 was released. I don't want to get into my full thoughts on that game, but gosh, it broke me.
This is our second follow-up interview with candidate Delta 704, seeking employment in the Numa Transference Department. Please state your name.
Please don't say. Oh my gosh! For the longest time, I thought that Wooly was just a kid, and that he was, you know, just coping in his own ways, but no, he's just like a really selfish man-child. I was so sad. I'm not even kidding, I was crying. I was crying because of the reveal. It was not ideal. So these were some screenshots. I think, okay, these three are from the Amanda 3 trailer, and this one was like a Steam achievement, I think. I thought it was a really cute little like icon, so I drew it. That's what the achievement was called. I think it was figure out Wooly's name. This one's from the third game, first tape, I think. More from the third game. Yeah, I don't know. I was just drawing these to like process. I was drawing these to get used to like everything, kind of. These were also from the third game. This part makes me so mad. Why did they have such a cute little interaction if it was just gonna be ruined later on in the game? Why must the game devs torture me? Because, gosh, they were, that whole game, they were just playing with me. This was actually my favorite, like, scene from the third game, because he kind of has canon body dysmorphia, and I was like, oh my gosh, Wooly with body dysmorphia for the win? Canon confirmed? I love that so much, kind of. And then over here, just more redraws once more. These are all during the crash out. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. He makes me mad. Right here. This is from the, it just said like, technical difficulties, please stand by screen for the show. I don't know, White Boy Has Fallen, because that's what he's doing. Yeah. Girl, get out of there. She needs to leave right this very instant. Amanda? We got you. It's fine. It's fine. We all know the ending of Amanda 3. All these are, yeah. I don't like this drawing. It's ugly. And then these were just little sketches with pen, once more, I was drawing out lines from Evelyn, which is the song that I'm making the animatic of, the Amanda the Adventurer animatic of. It's still in the works. It's coming, trust, soon. I'm casting a spell on you. You will believe me. These are just like ideas that I had. I wanted to just draw them out really quickly. They're not really accurate to the actual animatic, but it's fine. More from that. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. They're just really quick sketches. On this page, okay, you're gonna have to see the whole thing. I wanted to draw something in pen, so I sketched it out in pencil and then, you know, inked it with pen, because I normally don't do that, but I wanted to test it out, and I also had these really cheap highlighters that I wanted to use, so I did. I like this drawing, but my sister pointed out that this isn't really what Marcus is like. You know, he's not evil or like malicious. His goal isn't to hurt people, it's to help himself. So, you know, there's a difference. It's kind of out of character, but I was really trying to convince myself that he was like the worst person ever just so I could like, I don't know, accept it more? I don't really know, because he is obviously an awful person. I'm not condoning his actions, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know, this drawing's cool, I guess. Yeah, only colored thing in this whole sketchbook, by the way. These are more redraws from the 3rd game, I believe. They're really cute. I like this one. His leg is up. It's so funny. Is he gay? I think he is. Does bro want to go blind? I wrote that down because in this scene, I think he's like staring directly at the sun for some reason. I don't know. He's a weirdo. Don't ask me. And then these were, I think, from the 2nd game. I wrote down here, remember when people said he was looking at Hamlet? Because there was a theory going around that in this scene in the We Can Fix It tape, he's like looking up. It's weird. People thought that he was like looking up at like Hamlet, like somehow. I don't know, like a camera. I don't know. I don't think that's what he was doing, obviously, because it doesn't work for Hamlet anymore, but he hates them with a burning passion now. This is from, I think most of these are from We Can Fix It. This one is from the last tape in the 2nd game. Do you feel safe? It's when Amanda's like, what if you saw that in this alley right now? Snap! And then he's like, oh gosh, okay, don't do that again. Yeah, he gets scared because he's a pussy. And then, oh, I totally forgot about that. These are these are little sketches from a fic that I wrote about my Amanda OC Dottie. Ophelia, Dottie, whatever, same person. You can read that fic on my Tumblr if you want to. It's called How They Met. And go look at it, go read it. I think it's pretty good. I don't know. It takes place about 5 years after the 3rd game. Wooly's left in the tapes by himself and he kind of goes a little bonkers. That's the premise. Yeah, if you want to see more, go on my Tumblr. Yeah, there's a lot more of that. And then this is Ophelia, yep, that's what this is the fic's main character, kind of. This is Ophelia. She's a Hamlin employee and she sucks, but she's cutie pie, so who cares? I'm just kidding. And then this is Dottie. This is her when she's in the show. She's so pretty. She's so cute. I love her. She's my wife as well, but she's like my evil wife. And then this was just a little, this is just a little scenario I thought of with Wooly and Dottie because Ophelia went into the show and Ophelia knew Marcus before he went into the show, and she's trying to pretend like she is not Ophelia. So when he brings up Ophelia, she's like, oh, nice. I don't know who that could be. Ha 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 ha. I love, it's so funny. She's so awkward. I don't know, you can read this if you want. Yeah, I think it's very silly. These are some lines from songs that I wanted to draw as Wooly and Dottie because they were on the playlist that I made for them, and I was like, so silly, I get to, yeah, anyways. This one's so ugly, but it's fine. Penelope. I really like this one, I think it's funny. Would you fall in love with me again? No. She's like, no. She doesn't really like Wooly. She thinks he's a weirdo. These, I'm sorry, it's so, yeah, it's a bit messed up because of the page next to it. It's very colored, or like scribbled in, you know. These are from the 3rd game as well. I think these 3 are from the Healthy Food Helps Us Grow tape, and then this one's from the last tape. Oh, and then this one is, yeah, it's landscape. Wow, how fancy is that? This was on my birthday. I drew this for my birthday because I was like, oh, I'm gonna draw myself with all my hyperfixations. Wee, I'm so silly. I actually really like this drawing. I think it's funny. I like the detail of them interacting, like Wooly's scared of Bernard and Cedric is saying something and Bernard's like responding to him, and then Glitchtrap says, you want to see the mascot's backstage because he's trying to stuff me in a suit because it's my birthday. And then Lux and Turbo, they would get along so well, you can't change my mind. Don't mind this little note. It's... Shh, you didn't see anything. This page is messed up too. I'll put a little, picture of it before it was messed up because I thankfully did take a picture of it. Here you go. Yeah, it's funny to me. I was listening to, Dancing Queen, and every single person in the Amanda community headcanons Wooly to be able to sing, because his actor, Marcus's actor, is a Broadway singer, I think. So it's really funny, like, headcanon. It, like, works super well. And she's like, actually, I'm 48. She's 48, whenever she goes into the show. He's like, you're older than me. He's scared of her. And she's like, no, I'm not. I love their little, they're so stupid. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna start off by saying I don't like Marcus, but I do draw him for funsies. I think he's funny. I will admit that. Like, he's so stupid and awkward. I think he's really funny for that. This is just a little interaction with him and Ophelia before they both went into the show. He's so stupid. I'm not gonna read it, but you can. Kill them right now. Oh, and then this was around the time that I was replaying Security Breach. I was trying to 100% complete it. I'm still working on that, but I'll do it someday, it's fine. I was just drawing my favorites, Glitchtrap and Vanessa, my girls. Yeah, I thought this was really funny because he probably doesn't know the context of Roxy at first. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of in my FNaF AU, by the way. Like, I don't care about the Mimic. This is William after I don't care. And then I was listening to, like, I think Butcher's Vanity or something, and I got the idea of Wooly just being absolutely deranged. Like an AU of the Dottie AU where he's just like, she shows up and he's just like, I can't wait to taste venison. This drawing specifically, by the way, was inspired by one of my moods on Tumblr, Maddie K Reads All Day. Check her out, she's awesome. Here's the rest of that page. His face here. Oh, and then I was replaying Doki Doki Literature Club, and I got DDLC Plus as well. And I love Yuri so much. I love her. She's my girl. She's so awkward and like, she doesn't know how to talk to people. She's just a girl, and she's my girl, and I love her. I don't know, I always go for her, no matter what. She's just a baby. She doesn't mean anything, okay? And then on the second page, I knew that this page was gonna bleed over really bad, and I was right, it did. So I was like, yeah, we're not drawing in pencil today, I'm just gonna draw in pen. So these are just some lyrics from songs that I was drawing out as Wooly. I don't know, I was just trying to finish this page, honestly. He's kind of low-key unhinged. And then, okay, we're back with OCs again. This is Abigail and Ellie. They are so lesbian. These are some redraws from, I think, Adam and Loot from Hazbin Hotel Season 2. I don't like that show, but I do like Adam and Loot, so yeah, I actually really like this drawing specifically. Their dynamic is very close to Ellie and Abigail because she's like so madly in love with Abigail, and Abigail is just kind of not. She uses her for a lot of things, and it's not healthy, but yeah, I don't know. And then here's more Abigail because she's my wife. All my OCs are apparently my wife, but it's fine. I really like this facial expression, and this one's so funny too. These poses, I love those too. She's so evil, and I love her for that. More Abigail, except this time, here's Dawn. Abigail's just trying to threaten them, I don't know. I wrote up here, sis too confident, because Abigail does die. She's just a little too confident. We gotta sit down, girl. I love these two. This pose is so funny. And then here's Kai and Abigail's ghost. This design is not official at all. I'm probably gonna work on it a little bit more, but it's fine. Abigail's possessing him here, but then she leaves his body and he's like, can you stop smiling like that? It hurts my face. And then Here's Ivy. This is Kai and Dawn's younger sister. She thinks that this is Kai. It's not Kai, it's Abigail. She's possessing Kai. Watch out, Ivy. Ugh, this expression is good in my opinion, I don't know. And here we are back with Cedric again. I told you he's here a lot. More screenshot redraws. I think this one is from Day of the Sorcerers. This one, King for a Day. This one's also, and so is this one. This one is also King for a Day, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Okay. Yeah, you see a pattern here. Local British man drinks tea. Sometimes it's so funny because his hair is like normally pretty static, but sometimes the animators lock in and they just make his hair really fluid. I don't know. These are also from that episode. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too proud of this one, but I like these two. Yep, more of him. He's so scared. This one is so funny. This one is kind of funny because his wand is actually supposed to be smaller because he accidentally shrunk it. That's why he's looking at it like this. But I didn't want to draw a small one, so it just kind of looks like he's looking at his wand like, what is this specimen? Oh, I love this one. He's so funny. And this one too. I love Cedric so much, guys. More, I don't know what else to say. Also, Wormwood's here. I forgot to like say anything about Wormwood, but yeah, he's existent. Hi, Wormwood, I guess, whatever. More, I don't really know what else to say about these. I like this one. I think he's silly. He's casting a spell. I like this one, and this one's funny too. In the context of this drawing, he had like some type of thing wrapped around his wrist, so he was kind of like handcuffed. And then Clover comes up and like chews it off of him. And then he complains and he's like, oh, rabbit drool. And then Clover gets mad with it. Anyways, I don't know why I'm explaining that one, but it's funny to me. More, I don't really know what else to say. What is this about? Because that's what he's saying in that scene. I don't know. Even more. These are all from Day of the Sorcerers. I like Wormwood, and these, I think he's funny looking. I love Cedric. He's so silly. Oh, and then I think this was Valentine's Day. I really like the idea. Okay, a bit of context. So this is King Roland. Him and Cedric were friends as kids until the incident happened. And then Roland, he didn't want to be his friend anymore because he was kind of seen as a failure amongst like the whole kingdom, kind of thought of Cedric as a failure. So he stopped being his friend. Guys, it's toxic yaoi. Okay, I love it. Okay, I can't get enough. These are song lyrics, by the way. Line without a hook. I think that's the name of the song. These are with pen, by the way. I mean, they're pencil, but I trace them over with pen. Gosh, sorry, I love Cedric, guys. I may love Cedric. Is it true? I think it might be. More of the same thing. I don't really have anything else to say, but he's so cute here. Look at him. I like his expressions. Yay. Oh, okay. So context for these. I was watching all of Sofia the First, and there was an episode, I think it was called Bad Little Dragon, where there was this dragon. It was a grown-up dragon pretending to be a baby so that he could like go into homes and get adopted by like the owner so he could go in there and steal things. I don't know. But a grown-up pretending to be a child kind of reminds me of someone. So yeah, I took some screenshots from that episode and I drew them as Wooly. You can tell that I was like running out of space here because I drew this one way smaller. Frog Wooly. He is kind of funny, guys. I know this is kind of like out of character, especially on this page. This is out of character, but I don't care. I kind of need more evil Wooly in my life anyway, so I'm not complaining. Again, you can tell I was running out of space, so I just had to scale this one down a bit. He's so evil, guys. He is so evil. He's coming to steal your peach pie, I think. Oh, and then, guys, if you haven't seen, there's gonna be a new Sofia the First show. Yep, it's called Royal Magic, and it's coming this May. It's coming in May. And when that teaser dropped, I was so excited. Like, I knew that this show was coming, so I was like kind of ready for it, but no, I wasn't, because I didn't know Cedric was gonna be in the teaser. He was in the teaser. He got a new outfit. I've seen a lot of people have really mixed feelings about his new model. I'm honestly okay with it. I just had to stare at it for a while, but he's kind of, guys, he's kind of cute. He's just a little guy. Like, I know he looks a little different. He looks a little, like, younger, I think, but I had to draw him in his new little outfit. So I did, these two are screenshots from the actual show, from the first show. This one is from Cedric's Apprentice, and this one is from Bailey Whoops, I think. And this one was in the teaser. This is like the only little bit we saw of him. He's so cutie pie. I can't wait to see him back. I'm so excited. Oh, my little boy. You don't know how excited I am. I am so excited. It felt weird to draw him without gloves though. That's like the only thing. It felt really weird to draw him without gloves. But he has boots now, and I love boots, so maybe that's like a good trade-off. I don't know. And then here's Dev. This is kind of random. I was like, I need to get at least one page of Dev in here because he's my son. He's my real son. Dev, you're my new favorite son. Wooly, get out of here. Leave. You're not invited to my fucking birthday party. I don't know. He's so cutie pie. I love Dev. He's my boy. I will always love Dev. I really hope we get a season 2 of Foppa Newish, but I highly doubt we will. It's sad, but it's, you know, whatever, I guess. I hope he comes back, but if he doesn't, then I'll just keep rewatching the first season. And then I drew Dale. I hate Dale with a burning passion, but guys, like, hear me out, okay? Like, hear me out on Dale. He's kind of fine. I didn't even say anything. I don't know. You're going insane. You're hearing things. I don't know what's wrong with you. Here's Deb and Dale, I guess. Awful dad and cute little adorable little baby son. I don't know. And then chapter 5 of Poppy came out, and I got a new little girly to draw. I love her. Lily Love Braids. She's my girl. I should love her so much. She's so cutie pie. She's so like crazy and insane and deranged, and I love her for it. Like, look at her. Look. I actually really like drawing her too. Like, she fits like pretty well into my style. I love her. Look. I do love a woman with purple hair, if you couldn't tell. And then this is the last page. So I wanted to redraw my first page, so you can see a little comparison between the two. I think I've improved, but also their designs have just changed like quite a bit. I also like draw better in sketchbooks, like not even just improved at drawing, but improved in sketchbooks specifically. But yeah, I love them. They're so cutie pie. Yeah, I don't know. I finished on February 19th, so that's fun. That's the end of the sketchbook. I really enjoyed doing this, but I don't know if I'll do it again. It really just depends on what you guys think, because I'm kind of a yapper. I was kind of just saying nonsense the whole time, but if you want to see another sketchbook tour next time I finish a sketchbook, then let me know, because I love drawing in sketchbooks. It's fun. So yeah, let me know. I will see you next time. Yeah, bye.